Hi everybody, and welcome again to my channel. Życie w Polsce okiem cudzoziemca. I know it's been a minute since I did my last videos, but I would like to continue with the series. And today we are going to be talking about the speaking part of the B1 Polish language exam, which is otherwise called Mówienie. So in this section, you must also score a 50% passing grade. Hence, this is important. You also need to ensure that you can score a high number of points so you can pass the exam. Now, let's see what the speaking part of the exam entails. So in the speaking part of the exam, you have 3 tasks. You normally walk into the room, examination room, and you will be invited. You show your ID, document tożsamości, and the examiner will verify it. And usually you have two ladies or whoever the examiners are. One is your main examiner who will be asking you questions, and the other individual is kind of a supervisor of the examiner. So the examiner will be taking notes of whatever you were saying, and the supervisor of the examiner will be also be kind of supervising the examiner. I could also ask you questions regarding the topics. Yeah, so it's basically like a balance, like a counterbalance system. In certain cases, you may have up to 3 examiners in a room, but you usually have 2 because there are not so many examiners going around. Now, once you walk into the room, you get a table of overturned leaflets or pictures. So you select like randomly. You have like 10 of them, and you ask to select one. Once you pick one, you cannot return it. So you pick it, and then you normally walk to. They ask you to sit by a table just next to them, and you are given 7 minutes to prepare for this task. Yeah. So you have once you pick it, you have 3 tasks. You have 3 tasks in that paper, and then you have a note. They give you a piece of paper and a pen. You're supposed to write what you will say to them once the exam begins. So the exam technically does not begin, but it has begun already. So you were supposed to, this is a preparation. So up to 7 minutes, you sit down. You have the first task. So let's talk about the first task. The first task is usually a picture description, or in Polish we call it Wypowiedz z Ilustracji. In this picture, you could have like a picture of kids playing at a park. You could have a picture of a couple at a restaurant, or students in a class. Now, you could also have a picture of say animals in a zoo. Now I'm gonna give an example of a picture of an animal that I have here. It's not like kind of a picture, but it's like a lion, and I will try to describe it because I don't have a better picture to describe. So we're going to look at this. So you are supposed to describe the picture as naturally as possible. So you can see here I have a lion. And I'm supposed to say what you can see. So in the first case scenario, you say what you can see. You can see that there is a lion on the picture. In normal settings, you can have this lion in a national park. Yeah. So first, you divide the picture into 4. Yeah. You divide the picture in 4. So you have the first part, first quarter of the picture, second quarter of the picture, third quarter of the picture, and then the fourth quarter of the picture. So in more complex pictures, you have many things going around in the background. So you're going to start by saying, in this picture, I see a lion in a zoo. Yeah. Widzę lew w parku narodowym, something like that. And then you can say what the animal is doing. You can say ten zwierząt sobie idzie. You can also say that it's eating, it's playing with other animals. And then so once you divide the picture in the 4 parts, you say so in other pictures you have this part, there's something going on, this part, something going on, this part, something. So you say on the top left corner, I see this is happening. On the second on the second right corner, I see this is happening. On the lower left corner, this is happening. On the lower right left corner, right corner, and so on and so forth. So you describe this in a general, and you can also give Thinking be one, you're not supposed to give an opinion, but you can also give an opinion of what you think about the picture. So you speak as naturally as possible. Describe the picture in detail. Mention the location. If you can, you can deduce the location. Talk about the weather. You can also talk about everything is doing. So you see a lion. I have a lion in a park. For instance, this could be a park in Kenya. The lion is with the baby, like a cub, baby lion, and it's sunny, and stuff like that. It looks like a summer's day. Yeah. So this is the first task. Now, remember that this first task can have many components. The more you describe the picture, the more points you gain. But at the bare minimum, you must describe the picture in clear terms. Yeah. So the examiners they don't want to. You can make mistakes at B1 level. You're allowed to make mistakes, but as long as you speak in Polish and describe the picture to the best of your knowledge, then or the best of what you can see in an illustrative way, then the examiners will be convinced that you have done well in this task. Now, moving on to the second second task, which is a monologue. The second task is called monologue. So in a monologue, you have to continuously speak about a given topic. Yeah. So it's called in Polish called monolog na zadany temat. Yeah. You can be given a monologue about or what you for example, you can be given a monologue about the state of the economy, or the influence of AI in employment today, and the future of AI. So this kind of topics, you need to have a general or broad understanding of the topic itself. Yeah, you can say the AI. You can start like in the beginning, like na początku powiem o, in the beginning I'll say about powiem o zjawisko AI, and then you need to speak in a structured manner. In the same way you have been speaking, you're writing in Pisania. So you need to have a beginning, an introduction, prowadzenia, wstęp, the introduction, and then rozwinięcie, the body, and then the conclusion. So you can say like na początku powiem, that's you're saying, and then you can use joining words like myślę, że, uważam, że, I think that, I consider this, kolejnym argumentem, the next argument. And in the beginning, when you finish, you say na zakończenie. So podsumując, na zakończenie, na końcu mogę stwierdzić, że, there are many other joining words that you can use to complete your sentences. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to tell you guys. This is important. And speak on topic. Speak as much as possible, speak on topic, and maintain the structure. Now, when this task is done, you have the final task, which is going to be a role-playing session. What do I mean by this? A role-playing session means that you get, think of yourself as a patient. You're not feeling well at night, and you call the pogotowie ratunkowe, for example. You call, or you call to the ambulance. You call to the hospital and tell them, look, I'm unwell. You call 112, or in Poland, I think it's 997. You call for an ambulance, and you're supposed to assume the role of a patient, and the examiner will be the person on the other side of the line. Yeah. So you will, he or she's gonna tell you, hey, assume you're a patient and you're asking for help. Then you say that, hey, my name. So you're supposed to describe yourself. Hey, my name is this. I'm feeling unwell. Czuję się ból głowy, for example. Well, you need to start in a structured manner. So, dzień dobry. Dzwonię w sprawie bólu głowy na przykład. Czuję się źle. You describe your symptoms. You can say where you live because you want the ambulance. the ambulance to come and come to the exact location you are, and so that the medical practitioners can help you. Yes, so you will be challenged, but obviously you'll be challenged by the examiners. They will try to be tricky with the scenarios. For example, they might ask that, hey, like it's not enough to just say that my head hurts. Yeah, probably the person on the other line will say, look, have you tried to take some medicine? So you must be prepared for stuff like that. So like na przykład ci próbował pan albo pani wziąć leki z apteki zanim zadzwonić. And then you must be ready to like apply, for example, tak, brałem leki dzisiaj rano, ale nic z tego nie wyszło. Nadal mój stan zdrowia pogorszyło. So this basically means that like I tried to take medicine earlier today, but my health status has just gone for bad. So you must be prepared, because the examiners want trying to see that you can actually you can navigate yourself around this kind of situation. In Polish, they would say like musisz być w stanie opanować sytuację, w którym jesteś, yeah? W którym jesteś. So you must be able to conquer the situation. You must know what's going on. Yeah. If you're going to talk about something, you need to know something. You need to be able to be challenged. Yeah. So that's tiny nitty-gritties. But even if you're lacking in a few details, it's okay. Don't panic. Be natural. Speak as well and as naturally as possible, in a clear and structured manner, and everything should be fine. So what else we can talk about in this video? And maintain a good, I think I have like a very important thing from my experience is that in this section you need to start from a very positive tone. Yeah, in the beginning, when you walk to the class, to the room, you will be asked like to introduce yourself. After the preparatory 7 minutes, you introduce yourself. If you're good at jokes, you can crack a joke. Say, hey, nazywam się Ray. I live in Poland for this long. My journey with Poland and Polish started this one. This is why I'm preparing for this exam. You can crack a joke about the weather, for example. You can say it's a beautiful day. I like the way you guys are dressed. The atmosphere. You just to try to break the ice, yeah. And it's good because these people, examiners, are also individuals. They're human beings. If you think about it as going out to meet new friends or partners, you're trying to break the ice. You want to make the atmosphere as relaxed as possible. And trust me, they notice this, yeah. And when you answer the questions as well in the monologue sections, give your opinion. Don't be afraid to speak about what you know on topic, and then smile at all times. I think it's good to have a good energy. Don't panic. They will if you use vocabulary at the B1's level, you don't need to use heavy vocabulary. So it's simple, clear terminology would be enough. But if you lose vocabulary, this is like on the top tier level, you get like maximum points on that. And when they're smiling, they will take notes. But when they're smiling and asking questions, that means that they like to hear what you say. And guys, remember that you can speak with an accent. You're allowed to speak. You don't try to speak. We all have accents, even in English and any other language that we have mastered or we have learned over time. Yeah, so they get this. Just speak in your natural accent, but to speak clearly, make mistakes. Grammatical mistakes are fine in the speaking level. All you need to do, and I repeat once again, is to speak in an understandable manner. And they need to understand what you're talking about, and don't veer off topic. So guys, this is my tip for this video. I want you guys to keep watching me, and in this other section, in the next videos, I could present like material. I'm gonna show you which material I used to prepare. where you can get the right materials for this for the examinations, which YouTube examiners to follow, because you also need to watch a few videos, which books you can use to practice grammar, speaking, audios, and all that stuff. So yeah, keep watching me, like, follow, leave a comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.